Okay, y'all, good Saturday morning. I'm back at it. I'm getting this Thanksgiving meal together. I've got my sweet potatoes in the sink, soaking, put them in there water last night. And what I did, I took this scrubber and I scrubbed them really, really good. Got all the dirt and the bad areas that needed to come off of them. So what I'm getting ready to do now is just go ahead and rinse them off real good and get them on the stove into the water. And I'll boil. They have to boil a couple hours to get ready for my guess what sweet potato pie filling. So that is what I'm presenting to you now. Because I'm trying to take it easy on this cooking, I'm presenting a lot of my dishes for Thanksgiving to you in one dish segment. So you should be by the time you read the look at this video on my sweet potatoes, you should have already seen the one that I did on how to cook collards with turkey meat. And I waved a piece of rancid meat. It was probably wasn't even an eighth of a pound, or maybe even a 16th of a pound, just to get that little slight little rancid old fashioned. And y'all who really eat collards, y'all know what I'm talking about. Just put a little bit in there. Now when I eat them, I'll probably eat a cup full and I'm done. So I cooked them mainly with the smoked turkey meat and then some other seasonings and the vinegar, which sort of helps to make them healthier. Okay, so now we're on the pie filling for the sweet potato pies. Gotta have sweet potato pies. And y'all know me, I have to cook them so I can cook one for each one of my children and then for whatever company we have. So I've got 10 pounds of sweet potatoes in here, and I'm going to go ahead and get them finished cleaning them up. All I got to do at this point is just rinse them off, put them into my pan, and boil them for a couple of hours. And you'll notice I'm using my same great big old collard pan because there's so many of them. And the last thing I'll be doing, I think, one at a time, will be my rutabagas because I got 10 pounds of those too by default, y'all. So I'll do the rutabagas later. They're not as, it doesn't take a lot of time to do rutabagas. They're just one of those hard veggies that's hard to peel, sort of. So anyway, we're gonna get on with the sweet potatoes. I'm gonna let this water out of the sink and gonna rinse them off really, really good. And like I say, when you do that, you get all the gook off of them. And these weren't really dirty that much. So what will happen once I get through boiling these? The skin will come off when they cool. I'll just be able to lift that skin. I don't have to worry about using that strength and energy to peel them by hand or with a peeler because it takes, I'm learning, as I told you before, all the things that go against me when I'm trying to do physical stuff. So I'm learning how to deal with it, how to adjust to it, and so that I can continue to do the things that I like to do. So in order to do what I like to do, which is cook, all I'm doing here is making an easier way for me to go ahead and get these potatoes cooked and not have to peel them with a knife or a peeler. So like I say, what I'm doing is I'm rinsing them. They've been soaking and they're getting rinsed off real good. So while I get all this done, I'm just gonna take them over to my pan and put them in there and get them boiled up. And later on, when they cool off, I'll just lift that skin right off and get them ready to mix for my pie filling. They'll go into plastic bags, and then we're gonna freeze them until Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Today is Saturday. I'm gonna freeze them till next Wednesday, and I'll go ahead and make my sweet potato pies. This is something. This is one of those do aheads for any time that you're making about 10 pies. This is what you need to do to make it easy on yourself. So hold on just a minute. I need to get over to the other side of the room and get these potatoes into the pan. Okay, as you can see, I've started putting the potatoes into the water. The water will be boiling there shortly. I tell you what, it's the time of the year for getting stuff together. Uh, and I just love this time of the year. There's so many things that are conducive to the holiday season goes on. You do things with your neighbors. My neighbor daughter came over this morning for me to taste her batter to make sure it was okay. Um, and it was on point. I've given her a recipe. I've given her the same recipe that my mom gave me, and it was so on point. It was wonderful. It was delicious. Uh, she did a super job. She's gonna have some of the best sweet potato pie in the world. So there's quite a few potatoes in this, but we're making this work, y'all. They're gonna all stay right here in the same pot. I'm just gonna shift them around a little bit, and they'll be okay. Like for instance, that one there. So just move on. Oh, this water's real hot too, y'all. So don't y'all try this. Use a bigger fork, please. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid over. That'll help steam them and get them all cooked all the way through. So those potatoes are on their way to being sweet potato pie, y'all. Y'all will see these again in the form of pie filling later on today. So hope you got some pointers from this as to how to do these sweet potatoes. Just if you want to work right along with me, go ahead and start boiling up some potatoes now. Get that skin pulled off of them. We gotta let them cool off, of course. It's take a few hours. So this is sort of a long drawn out process to do it this way, but I'm doing it this way. So if you have any issues with peeling, clean those potatoes up really good. Put them in some water, boil them, let them cool down, and then pull that skin off when they cool down, and you're ready to put them, mash them in the blender, the mix, or however you do them. So until they get to the point where I get ready to mash and blend, I'm going to sign off, and I'll come back. So love you guys. Hope you're having a God bless Saturday, if I haven't already said. Keep those prayers going up until the blessings come down. Pray for each other. Pray for without ceasing. Today is Saturday. It's an overcast, cloudy day. I'm planning on just doing these sweet potatoes today. Maybe the rutabagas later. Tanya and I going out to do a little bit of shopping. So hope y'all got something fun and exciting planned for your Saturday. Enjoy each day as much as you can. And just do something good for somebody, especially get some good old food going. So I'll see y'all later on today. Now go find something to do, something real good, decorate, cook, or whatever. So I'll be back in a few hours. Okay, y'all, I am back. The sweet potatoes are done, cooled off, and ready for me to peel and get ready to make my pie filling. I've got this is my butter melted up there. I'm gonna put a pound of butter in there, so I went ahead and got it softened. So as you can see, the sweet potatoes are done. And all you have to do here is hopefully you can see it good enough. They're cooked to the point where all I have to do is slide the peels off. Remember, in the first part of the video, I showed you how I just went ahead and cleaned them up soaked them, cleaned them up real good, and got them ready for boiling. So it's just as simple, y'all. Once they, you cook them up real good, slide those peels right off. Just let them cool off, and that way it's easier on my hands as far as bearing down trying to peel 10 pounds of potatoes. I knew I could not do it, so here I am. It's just that simple. This is just the easy way to do. I mean, it's a personal preference. You get out, if you think the potatoes have little black spots and this and that, as you can see, all of that comes off with the peel. It's just a nice, easy way to do it. It doesn't really take that long. I guess the time-consuming part is just, waiting for them to boil and then cool off. But for me, for the good it does for me not to have to put that pressure on them to peel them, works well. Well, I've been gone out and about. Tanya and I have been out trying to look for her some Christmas decorations. Didn't have any luck today because we got to go to a different place. We had a nice dinner. Went to Olive Garden. I had the soup and salad. I forget what she had, but it was a nice little outing. It was just always good to get out of the house every once in a while, do something different. Y'all know me, I love to shop. Believe this, I didn't even make a purchase. Did not make a purchase because I've already done most of my decorations. I got to tweak it, but I didn't really see anything, and I'm glad that I did not see anything. I'm glad that I had already got my decorations done because I wasn't really tempted to buy anything. So, and I didn't. Believe it or not, I did not buy anything. Because I decided I think I need to buy a little flower or something like that. But for the most part, I'm done with Christmas decorations. Everything is up that I think I'm going to put up except for a couple of tweaks. And I'm done. And I'm trying to be able to say the same thing with my cooking. These are the do-aheads, and I'm getting them done ahead of time. I always do this every year, get my potatoes and collards cooked and out of the way and ready for my pies. And I'm also going to go back to the store again too. I need to get some yams. I'll do some candy yams, because you know you eat yams along with your turkey and everything. And the sweet potato pies are for eating later and all throughout the week. And my kids love them, and they know this time of the year is when I start baking sweet potato pies. And really, from November to January is when I bake pies. Other than that, it seems like we don't even have a taste for sweet potato pies. Well, we don't around here. I don't know about anybody else. How about y'all? We just don't even think about it. So, what I'm going to do now is go back through the potatoes. If there's any little, like the ends that I need to cut off. Sometimes, excuse me, on the end of potatoes, you may have some little, whatever, little things. I always cut these ends off. That's just me. Okay. I cut ends off before I cook them also. But if I see a little something, or if I see a little spot that I may have missed, so just go back through to make sure. Some of them are perfectly okay. You don't have to do anything to them. So extra things that I do to make sure everything's on the up and up, y'all. Okay, so these potatoes are ready for me to go ahead and mash and start putting my ingredients in and getting them real nice and smooth. Y'all know I use my blender to do that. Okay, I can get this pan out of my way. So now I got this entire area over here that I can use. And I can just slide everything forward. Let's make sure we get everything forward enough that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, perfection. So, what I'm going to do first, I've got my beat up wire whisk. I got to buy another wire whisk. I actually need a bigger one. I'm just going to take it and go ahead and get these mashed up. I don't know how stringy these potatoes are. I won't know until I put the blender into them. And this doesn't require a lot. Just I don't feel it being a strain on me in any kind of way. So for the most part, I'll be using my blender anyway, my mixer rather. Hope y'all can hear me good, because somebody on the collard green video, somebody said they couldn't hear me. I don't know. We starting up with that again. I don't know what's going on. One person that said they couldn't hear me. So again, I just don't understand what's going on. Most of the people that tune in so they can hear me just fine. I mean, my voice may, may pull away a little bit when I move away from the camera a little bit, but some people saying they can't hear me at all. And I don't know what's going on with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the mixer in there and start. And there's nothing to hear. I'm not gonna talk. I'm just gonna let these beat like this. And let me just explain what I'm doing. What I'm doing here, I'm using the blender because it pulls the strings out of sweet potatoes. Somebody said just put them in the blender and let them chop. Nah, I don't do mine that way. I do them this way. So we're just doing this, and there's no conversation going on. I'm not going to talk while I do this, so I don't want y'all to miss anything at all. So we'll be right back. I'm going to do this for a couple minutes at a time. I'll rinse my blades off and keep it moving. As you can see, some strings will start to come off here now. As I put the ingredients in there and thin this out some, more strings will come out. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting like the milk in there and the sugar. And I've got a pound of butter to put in. Okay, now, um, I've got to get my milk. You can use heavy whipping cream. You can use pet or carnation evaporated milk. I'm going to use evaporated milk, and this is going to be a Food Line brand. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put the whole thing in there right now. Okay, this is a 15-ounce can, no, 12-ounce can. So to this 10 pounds of potatoes, I'm putting a 12-ounce can of Food Line evaporated milk. It could be pet, carnation, whatever. And because I'm wanting it to thin out, I'm going ahead and put 1 cup of brown sugar in it for right now. Because what I like is for all of my ingredients to get mixed and blended in there really, really good. So now, I will probably get 6 to 8 potato pies out of here. I forget which one, but 6 or 8 sweet potato pies. And I'm going to do the deep dish potato pies because my kids love, love, love sweet potato pies. I'll do some, maybe I'll do, let's see, half and half. Half deep dish, half of the kind of thin ones. And then when I get all this all mixed up together, what I'm going to do is put it in freezer bags and put it in the freezer because I won't bake these sweet potato pies until Wednesday night for my Thanksgiving dinner, okay? So I'm going to go ahead now and get this brown sugar, this cup, 1 cup of brown sugar for right now, and 12 ounces of evaporated milk. We're just going to get it all blended and mixed in there. Use my spatula to help me out a little bit. I just love this time of the year to get my food going, because y'all know I love to cook. I'm so excited that God has allowed me, He's given me the strength to do this. Well, y'all know I can't help it. I got to talk now. You know, sweet potatoes have a natural fragrance to them, natural aroma, and wow, they smell good to me. And as you see, it's pulling more and more strings off of that. So you got to get them strings out of there, y'all. I will probably rinse these blades off 10 times before I stop. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting my other ingredients in. And it's just a matter of folding the ingredients in. This is 4 sticks of butter or 1 pound of butter. So I'm going to get my butter going in here. I'm just going to pour it all in at one time. 1 pound of butter, y'all. Okay. 1 pound of butter. And we're just going to go ahead and stir it in like so. Now remember this, don't get excited because remember y'all, this is 10 pounds of sweet potato, okay? So, got to have enough butter to cover these potatoes. And I'm just putting it in ingredient by ingredient. And as I put each ingredient in, I will mix in there and try to pull some more of the strings out, okay? And while we're at it, we're just going to go ahead and put another cup of brown sugar. Okay, that's 3/4. And that's the other 1/4 of a cup. So that's another cup of brown sugar. So far, 2 cups of brown sugar. We're going to put 4 cups in there now. This is going to take me about 20 to 30 minutes to get all this done. I've paced, like I said, as far as cooking time, putting these meals together, putting these dishes together, I'm pacing myself that I'm trying not to do any one thing more than 30 minutes. more and more strings coming out of there. The strings don't seem to be so bad this time. Okay, this time around, I'm going to go ahead and start putting my vanilla flavor. I'm going to put about a fourth of a cup of vanilla flavor in there. I just measured out in my cup there. That's my vanilla flavor. And remember now, I do use nutmeg, but I use it sparingly. So I just put a small amount, about about a half a teaspoon in this 10-pound batch here. Okay, also I've got to put some. So what did I say? A fourth of a cup of vanilla flavor, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and then I'm going to put a teaspoon of cinnamon. This is the real cinnamon from the health food store, so there's some good cinnamon there. Okay. And of course I have to put a little bit of a dash of salt in there to blend out that sugar. So we're going to start out with a half a teaspoon, about a half a teaspoon of salt in there. Okay, and we're going to go ahead now and put the blender back in there. Get the blender going back in there, y'all. We're still pulling strings out and still getting our mixture. And you know what? This is a very simple process. It's not rocket science. It's not very hard to do. It just requires a little bit of work and a little bit of focus. It's a process. I mean, it's like a 30-minute process to get the strings out. Whew. And don't make the mistake of pulling those blades up too far now. Okay. The strings, like I said, they're getting softer and softer coming out of there. You know, sometimes you can get sweet potatoes and the strings are really hard in there. But these are nice and soft, so that's good. I'm going to wipe off a little couple things over here because I don't want this stuff to air dry on it. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and add another cup of sugar. Okay. Another cup of brown sugar. So that's cup number 3, right? And I'll put the eggs in on the end. So we'll get plenty of mixing time in here to get these strings out, because I still got eggs to put in. The eggs will help the pies to rise and be nice and fluffy. I think that's 5 times we've taken the strings out, I believe. Let's see. Okay, see how the strings are getting smaller and smaller? Okay. Now, what I'll do with the eggs, I'm gonna go ahead and start incorporating the eggs in. So I'll be right back. I gotta get me eggs. I think I'm gonna put about 6 eggs in here. So I'll beat the eggs separately. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I got the last cup of sugar in here. Got my eggs in, and we're gonna continue mixing and continue getting the strings out. The strings are getting thinner and thinner, so that means we're coming to the end of the strings. So I'm just going to continue mixing here. So all together, I got 4 cups of sugar in there now. I got my 6 eggs in.
Where the oatmeal?
Right in that cabinet in front of you, and I want it. Okay, almost there, y'all. Almost there. I'm making a mess too. Whew. Remember, don't lift that blade up too far out of this mixture. Just flat it all over the place like I just did. I think we're there, y'all. Let's get it over here and see. So hold on one sec, y'all. I'll do a little cleanup. A little bit of cleanup. I can't stand this mess. Okay, y'all. I think the sweet potatoes are stringless as they're gonna get. So now my next move is to bag them and freeze them. So hold on just a minute. Let me get my freezer bags. Okay, we're back. We're next to the last leg of this sweet potato pie filling. I'm going to cut it short. Not cut it short, but it's going to be done as of getting it bagged up, because the last process is to bake the pies. So this is next to the last step for pie filling. We're going to take a cup and just start. Hopefully I'll get 3 bags out of here, so that will assure me that I'll get 6, at least 6 pies. What I say, 6 to 8 pies? I'm sorry, 6 to 8 pies out of these. Okay, so we're gonna get right here. We'll use this same process as I use with the greens. I'm just gonna go ahead and start dipping up. Okay, there we go. In frame, in frame, in frame. Let me turn the TV down. Okay, I'm watching this movie called Zoo, y'all. It's real good. So hold on a sec. Okay, so in the interest of time, I went ahead and start bagging the potatoes. So this is all there is left to do prior to baking. This is the part of the freezer. You just have to bag these. Last few cups in here, and we're done. And we're gonna freeze them till Thanksgiving Day, and we're gonna have sweet potato pies. The TV's taking over. The zoo animals are taking over, y'all. Sorry about that TV volume. It kind of got out of hand. I'm still watching, cooking and watching the series Zoo. It's the last little bit of that, last cup rather, of that potato pie filling. Again, this is going to go into the freezer for till Wednesday night, and then I'll be baking sweet potato pies, and we'll tune back in. So if you watch this tutorial, this baking tutorial, this is part 1. I'll just label it part 1, and part 2 is going to be when I take it back out again to make the sweet potato pie. So you at least have this part so you can go ahead and get started on your pie filling. So it's just that simple. Kind of messy a little bit. Well, me it is anyway. So out of that 10 pounds of potatoes and all the ingredients and everything, I got 3 bags, and each one of these bags will make at least 2 pies. So I got 3 bags. So I'm going to get 6 sweet potato pies out of there. So I'm going to get these ready to go into the freezer. And Wednesday afternoon, we'll be ready to bake pies. So hope this helped you out some. If you've never done sweet potato pies, it's just that simple. Kind of looks a little bit messy, but it tastes real, real good, y'all. So we're going to get these ready to go into the freezer. And I'm going to call it a night, because I tell you what, it takes a little bit of work to get this done, but it's well worth it when you see your family's faces on Thanksgiving Day. So hopefully, if you haven't already gotten your sweet potatoes, run out and get you some sweet potatoes and just follow the instructions. Now, of course, you know, if you're not making 6 or 8 pies, I'm going to say, I might be able to get 8 out of this. You know, you don't have to use this many sweet potatoes. So just, if you want to make, say, 3 or 4 pies, so just cut my recipe in half and use it like that. Or, you know, make it your own. Do it like you want to. You might not want as much sugar in yours as I put in mine. So, but the basic foundation of making sweet potato pies and making a pie filling is just like this. So until we get ready to bake these pies, I'm going to say good night. Thank y'all for tuning in. Love you guys. Keep those prayers going up now so the blessings will continue to come down. And remember to watch for part 2 of this sweet potato pie for Thanksgiving. Toodaloo.